right at home in this place. You'd be... Ah, the smell here. Let's try to handle this quickly.
Why can't I just die? I fear I'm cursed to walk this desolate land forever.
Let's keep moving. I feel like we're being watched. Ugh, the smell here. I frankly thought it wouldn't smell like anything. But looks like we'll be dealing with the smell of rot while we're here. Lovely. If she really is here, I wonder how my mother managed to deal with it. How do you manage to deal with it then? Me? I smell like nightshade and snowberries. Oh, you know what? You should be talking. I have a heightened sense of smell, you know. If you think you smell like blossoms after frolicking in a fetid cave, you are sorely mistaken. But, hey, you're actually not too bad. For a sweaty half-elf. Porker face. Well, that is just not true anymore. We're being awfully carefree, aren't we? I mean, for being trapped in a realm of oblivion with no guaranteed return. It's nice, really. To just have fun. Have someone who can help me forget about all the prophecies, Elder Scrolls, betrayals, and this awful God's Curse reek. About all of this, even for a brief moment. I'm starting to like you, okay? You're growing on me. And what I said is true, though I definitely wouldn't want to end up here for all eternity. We got a job to do. Let's find my mother, and find a way out of here.
I miss the warm sunshine, green grass, blue skies. I miss being alive.
Death is but a door, time is but a window.
Oh,
be
you're
back.
dead. That'll teach you. The air, the ground. This is all wrong. Understood. Every step we take is steeped in history. Let's keep writing our own, shall we? Let's keep moving. I feel like we're being watched.
How could they trick me like this? I was one of Reman's court wizards.
I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. It seems awful, like they're still suffering. I never pull my punches. Let's do this. This was too easy.
1,000 steps. And
A
1,000
soul
more.
gem. That's what it was. Is there no end to this nightmare?
Hold on. Did you hear something? You sure you don't need this? I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. Seems awful, like they're still suffering. Mother? Mother!
Make it. It can be. Serana?
Really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to complete the prophecy our way, not his.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you.
So how has it come to pass that a vampire of mixed blood is in the company of my daughter?
Safe? You call bringing her here safe? Has she explained nothing to you?
Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you. You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself. When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Auriel and his arcane weapon, Auriel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon. Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible. If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on completing the prophecy without the death of my daughter? Have you been listening to me? Like Serana, I'm a pure-blooded vampire. My presence on Tamriel is as much of a danger as hers. You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. You see the tyranny of the sun as your chance at deification. And like Harkon, you won't hesitate to destroy anything that stands in your path. Serana? This stranger may call himself a vampire, but he knows nothing of our struggle. Why should I entrust you to him?
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you! I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father!
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So, to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about? You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different. But in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again, but I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me. But for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can. Yes, I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins. You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down. One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer. When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place. I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here. The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins. Unfortunately, yes. Since the Keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in. I know very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the soul cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance. Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the soul cairn. I believe there's more to it than that. I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence. Conduits, through which the Ideal Masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims. The Ideal Masters' weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the soul cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them. The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the Ideal Masters wind up here, as harvested souls. Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition. If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated. I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future. Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
Let's kill those keeper things and get back to the prison. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone.
Done and done.
I live in a dark world where no light shines through. I carry this burden with every step.
Go. For dreaming.
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive. Yes. Keep watch for Durnevere. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
glad here. I think I could doing this alone. Glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. I'm glad you're here. I don't... I could be doing this alone.
I hear something.
It's Donovan. He's here.
Oh,
Defend yourself.
Come on. She's leading us to the scroll.
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon. Volumes written on Durnevere allege that he can't be slain by normal means. It appears they were mistaken. Unless... the soul of a dragon is as resilient as its owner's scaly hide. It's possible that your killing blow has merely displaced Durnevere's physical form while he reconstitutes himself. Minutes, hours, year. Now, let's get you the Elder Scroll and you can
Come
be
on.
on your way.
She's leading us to the scroll. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean.
What did you want?
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be
What
doing
did you
this
want?
alone.
Now, let me get the scroll's case opened.
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. I can't believe Sorry. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. I'm glad you're here.
What did you
I don't
want?
think I could be doing this alone. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean.
Now that
Be a
you've
good
retrieved
guide
the
for
Elder
this old
Scroll,
friend.
you should be on your way. I have no choice. If I return to Tamriel, that increases Harkon's likelihood of bringing the tyranny of the sun to fruition. I appreciate your concern for me, but Serana is all that I care about. Remember that Harkon is... and promise me you'll keep my daughter
I'm
safe.
glad you're here. I don't think I could
She's
be
the
doing
only
this
thing of
alone.
value I have left. Did you have anything to ask before you depart?
The sooner we get the scroll home, the sooner we deal with my father. Come on, let's go home. The sooner we get the scroll home, the sooner we deal with my father.
Stay your weapons. I would speak with you, Quinarin. cursed, not dead. Doomed to exist in this form for eternity. Trapped between Laas and Enoch. Between life and death. The hostility was necessary. I was bound to an oath. I believe in civility among seasoned warriors, and I find your ear worthy of my words. My claws have rendered the flesh of it. I therefore honor name you. Your words do me great honor. My desire to speak with you was born from the result of our battle, Quinarin. I merely wish to respectfully ask a favor of you. For countless years I've roamed the Soul Cairn in unintended service to the ideal. Before this, I roamed the skies above Tamriel. I fear that my time here has taken its toll upon me. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I will place my name with you, and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this simple honor, and I will fight at your side as your Graze Mazen. Your ally. Trivial in your mind, perhaps. I don't require an answer, Quinarin. Simply speak my name to the heavens when you feel that. There was a time when I called Tamriel my home. But those days have long since passed. The Dova roamed the skies, vying for their small slices of territory that resulted in I was. But unlike some of my brethren, I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Dylan, the ancient forbidden art that you call necromancy. The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers would be unmatched, that I could raise legions of the undead. In return, I was to serve them as a keeper until the death of the one who calls herself Valerica. I discovered too late that the Ideal Masters favor deception over honor, and had no intention of releasing me from my binding. They had control of my mind, but fortunately they couldn't possess my soul. Free? No. I have been here too long, Quinarin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will allow me the precious moments of time there, through your call. In my language, the Quinarin is the vanquisher, the one who has bested a fellow Dova in battle. You are the Dovahkiin, the Dragonborn. You may not be one of us in body, but you have earned the right to bear this title.
Come on, let's go home. I'm glad we found the scroll, but I I wish she could come with us. I think now would be a good time to talk. I wasn't sure we'd make it out of there in one piece. I know this sounds weird, but I felt kind of scared for you. For both of us, the Ideal Masters could do anything, really. They could have trapped us there for one. I wouldn't like to be a hostage for eternity, again. Maybe you're a pile of talking script jelly. The Ideal Masters are real. Everything I said about the soul cairn was real. There are trapped souls, cryptic, floating entities. We fought an undead dragon. What we saw basically spelled out everything I had read about that place. The soul cairn, realm of oblivion as ruled by the Ideal Masters. And, of course, you didn't see them. They're called unseen. Ugh. Wait. You're just messing with me, aren't you? It's not funny. Maybe next time, I'll be the one to personally soul trap and place you in the soul cairn. See how you take that. You really don't give up, do you? Seriously, I'm just glad it's all over. I know I can be moody sometimes, but honestly, I appreciate that you're keeping our spirits up. Thanks. Look, there is something I'd like to tell you, and I really feel like now's the time. Do you like me? Not just as a friend, but as something else? I think you know what I mean. Then, hopefully this won't be awkward. Wow. It's nice, actually. You are so nice and... Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to... I feel free, for once. I didn't mean to jump you like that. I just wanted to do it my way this time. To conquer my fear and do the very thing that still gives me nightmares on my terms. It had to be someone I trust. It had to be you. I used to see intimacy as a way to deceive, to take advantage, and most of all, to demonstrate power. Control, domination, degradation. It's like, all my life I've only ever seen a facade. I just wanted to experience what it's really meant to be like for once. With you. Lead on. Sorry. Yes? Every corner of Skyrim seems to hide a surprise, doesn't it? Or a bandit. But hey, that's half the fun. Let's see what's next. I'm glad we're together.
My job is to serve the Jarl, not waste time talking with travelers. I don't really know anyone at the college. I guess everyone just... People won't say it, but they're afraid of me, so they leave me alone.
Shh. Shouldn't we be quiet?
Ugh, figured.
Courier will be the first to tell you that if it weren't for that college, we'd all be better off. I agree with him.
Packing on layers of metal makes for a sturdier target, I'd think.
My job is to serve the Jarl.
Got to keep my eyes open. Damn dragons could swoop down at any time. I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here? Perhaps, but what is it you expect to find within? Do you? It is true there are some here who have spent years studying the accumulated knowledge of the scrolls. But what you seek does not come easily, and can destroy those without a strong will. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will. You know, I think you're right. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
Finally. A place where I'm in my element.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reason behind such
Help me! Help me!
For your help, I'm sending word to the Orc strongholds that you're to be trusted. You should be welcome there now. And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? You think that even if I did have one here, it would be kept under the highest security? The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. Of course. I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. Mm-hmm.
In terms of death cults, the Dark Brotherhood does have some sense of order and benevolent conviction.
May your next fight bring you victory, friend. As a matter of immensely, he hold him. Since then, I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, assorted books, scrolls. I'm sure you'll find something useful. Until next time.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you... It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my... Now, do you require assistance?
Wow.
All right, then.
Are you seeing this? Check it out. The college has got so many books
Try not
here.
to spill anything on
I've
them.
never been to a proper library before. We kind of had one back on the island, but can you compare that to this? To think, all the countless books they have stored here. The decades, the eras of knowledge. The tales of stories of heroes of old, fables, legends, all sorts of narratives. I know we have important things to do, but Don't you think it would be a good idea if we'd relax here for a bit? Just browse what they have to offer. And you don't have to keep dawdling there like a thrall. Come on, see if there's anything you'd like to read.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? Hundreds of years have gone, and what do you plan to do with it? You think that it would be kept under the highest security? The greatest? Of course. I'll bring everything, so don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. All right, then. Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them. You need a book? I don't care if you wrote it yourself. If you want a book from here, you go through me. Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls, but, well, he's been gone for a long while. Too long. Somewhere up north. He said he found some old Dwemer artifact, but, well, that was years ago. Haven't heard from him since. Was there something specific you needed?
I'm positive whatever I require will be revealed to me on its own, in due time.
So, you don't need anything, then?
Oh, my dear Urag, you're trying so hard to help. I do hope you're not disappointed.
Disappointed is not the word I would choose, Colette. Excuse me.
Restoration is a perfectly valid... You consider Restoration a valid school of magic? Good. Not that I... It can make life difficult when one's colleagues fail to recognize the research one engages in. Spells and incantations for those with a talent to cast them. Mm-hmm.
You know, you could have waited a bit longer. Not bad, not bad. I feel like I could spend ages in here. Or, I have an even better idea. Cast a pocket reality spell and take all these books with me. Time flows differently in Oblivion, so that would mean I could read all these books without a care in the world. Though, that would require me knowing that spell, which I don't. I just know someone mentioned it to my mom once. Ugh. Of course I am, and I take that as a compliment. But could I just finish up this book real quick? It's about some Dwemer schematics. Really interesting. Well, just give me a second. Huh. Dwemer recipe to create an ancilla. Mechanical intelligence. The first one... Cortana, it was called. Which was then inserted into a Dwemer exoskeleton, linking the user with this ancilla. Interesting. And I'm done. All right.
What is it? I certainly would not like our cover to be blown.
Rocks and valleys, crevices and hiding places. This is the kind of place where hermits and fanatics dwell. You'd fit right in. I'm kidding.
Turn back.
What's the plan? Try and stay warm out there. Or in my case, stay shaded.
Please, turn back. Before it's too late.
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share of time in caves already.
What are you still doing here? Let me guess. You're here for the treasure, aren't you? Just like all the others. It's a long story. You ever heard of Ethereum? A rare mineral used... Supposedly, they had to build a special forge. The items it made were so powerful, they went to war over it, and the forge was lost. I spent my life tracking down that legend. And now I can't rest. But it's hopeless. I died here, just like all the others. Turn back. Maybe so. Then again, I'm not going to talk you out of it, am I? Well, if you want to reach the summit, you're going to need some help. All right, lead on then.
Packing on layers of metal makes for a sturdier target, I think.
This is where I ended up. It was quite the fall. Grab my journal, would you? We're going to need it. Really? You had to take the armor? Come on, leave me with a little dignity.
This better be important.
Watch yourself. Since the quake, this place has been... pretty unstable. Now you decide to give up.
What is it now, you sweet talker?
Favor the bow, eh? I'm a swordman myself.
Balgruuf won't give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on Whiterun.
And what would you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I need to send Balgruuf a stronger message?
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Well,
taking his
this
city
castle
and leaving him
definitely
in disgrace
looks
would
better
make
than
a
the
more
one back on
powerful
the island,
statement, don't you
that's for
think?
sure.
So
I'm not. If you have any news of the Western Holds, take it to Ulfric immediately.
I still
Terrible shame what happened to those women.
Dead King Torrig.
There is an empty home in the city, but there was some unpleasantness recently. I'm afraid it's not available just yet.
We're ready when you are.
Travel safely. It's dangerous out there.
If we can take the city without bloodshed, all the better. But if not...
The people are behind you.
Many, I fear, still need convincing.
Then let them die with their false kings.
We've been so...
You're that from the college. Heard about you.
Don't like those eyes you got. There's a bad hunger to them. Your skin's as pale as this. No. You scared of sunlight or something? Looking for something?
I'm glad we're together.
Damn wizard. Keep your spells off of me.
The Imperials think us all
just
lawless
between
beasts.
you and me, I wouldn't
I'm
mind
proof
if
of
the
their
Empire
ignorance.
just up and left for good.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High... King with his voice.
Watch the skies, traveler.
Balgruuf won't
What is
give
it?
us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting
In
a
terms
great deal of
of
pressure on
death
Whiterun.
cults,
And
the
what
Dark
would you
Brotherhood
have me
does
I made
have
my
some
fortune as
sense
a...
of
If the
order.
townsfolk call me
And
captain,
never
because I
against
used to be a
us.
sailor.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I need to send
Need something?
Balgruuf a stronger message?
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Taking his city
Yes?
and leaving him in disgrace would make a more powerful...
Until next time.
I do the cook. Don't need to pay me no mind.
Need something?
I'm the least important
Take a
person
look.
in here.
Mm-hmm.
I still say you should take them all out like you did dead King Torrig.
Torrig was merely a message to the other Jarls. Whoever we replace them with will need the support of our armies.
We're ready when you are.
Stay away from the Aretino residence. The place is cursed. By order of the Jarl, stop right there. All right, but you just watch yourself. Next time, I might not be so lenient.
You sure you don't need this?
Wait, I know you.
Then let
They
them.
used
We've been soldiers a long time. We know the price of freedom. But people are still weighing things in their hearts.
What's left of Skyrim to wager?
They have families to think of.
How many of their sons and daughters follow your banner? I'd follow
Tell me
you
that,
into the
my
depths
friend,
of
but
oblivion.
why do you fight?
Why do you die before elves dictate the fate of
I
man?
fight for their lives,
I'll be
dying
one
in
in
foreign
this
soil.
I heard
I
whispered in
fight
their
for
last
we
breath.
few who did come home, only to find our country full of strangers wearing familiar faces. Impoverished to pay the debts of fighting.
So what's next for our adventures?
Criminals for wanting to rule
I will
themselves.
That's
gladly
the day when
retire
soldiers
behind
like us are no
where such a
longer
day
needed.
to dawn.
Aye, but in the meantime, we have a war to plan. Do you think we could persuade one of the dragons to join our side? The advantage.
The townsfolk call me captain because
Who's there?
that's it. That's all.
I'm not someone to be trifled with.
You know, even an age-old vampire can appreciate a quiet place to unwind.
So, where are we off to now?
Well, I'm here, if you need.